करते हैं.
Okay.
Namaste, welcome to my channel. Today we have an interesting guest, Malti Hegde. Malti Hegde is an optimistic person, a differently abled from birth with a genetic disorder called osteogenesis imperfecta, a brittle bone disease. Life has never been easy. It has been a roller coaster ride for her, starting with going to a normal school or starting her career. She has accepted all these hurdles as challenges and overcome most of them. Let us try to understand as to what is the driving force behind Malti Hegde's life. Today's topic is what drives you in life. Hello Malti, how are you?
Hello, Gauri. Namaste. I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I am doing good. It is my pleasure to interact with you. I believe our viewers would be curious to know about you. Can you share your life journey?
Of course. It's been a pleasure for me as well to be on your channel, first of all. Thank you for that, for having me.
Yeah, welcome.
Yes, as, as you mentioned, I did my normal schooling with my disability. But however, there was a time where I couldn't go to a normal college. But again, it did not stop me there. I completed my diploma in computer course science, and then after completing my education, or rather the certification course, I wanted to know what to do next. That I didn't wanted to sit at home and do nothing. So I thought, if I am not able to stand independently on my feet, why not stand independently financially? So I started to look for a job, and I started my career in a call center with ICICI OneSource. After that, I moved to HSBC, again a call center, but once I was in HSBC, I moved internally with my dedication and sincerity and work. I learned many processes, and finally being uh, I was moved into as a test analyst or a test lead for the software testing. And this has been, I would say, I'm really proud of about that it's been an amazing 16 years of corporate journey. And with this, I did not stop learning as well. Because I didn't wanted to say that it's only diploma, but I completed my graduation as well from an open university. So it's been great.
Good to know your journey. Malti, do you know that it reminds me of the statement that life does what it does, but it is up to us to see it as a blessing or as a curse. So I think our viewers should be curious to know how have you dealt with your physical disorder challenges.
Of course, yes, I would like to tell you about that. In your introduction, you just said that I do have genetic disorder called osteogenesis imperfecta, which is called as brittle bone disease. So I'll just give you a little more brief about this disorder so that viewers would know what exactly I or the person who are having this osteogenesis imperfecta are suffering with. Actually, osteogenesis imperfecta or brittle bone disease is a genetic disorder which has no cure for that. And there isn't any there are many researches which is going on, but the doctor fraternity says that a person or a child with osteogenesis imperfecta are just like glass. So they call that children of glass. They break easily as a glass. So there are different severity levels. They have categorized in type 1, 2, 3, and 4, so on. So the mildest form is a person might break a couple of bones in their entire life journey. And the severity of this particular disorder is that a person might break bone as easily as when they sneeze, they might break a rib. Or if you shake a hand with osteogenesis imperfecta person, they might just crack a couple of finger bones. So that's how the severity of this disorder is. So I would say this particular disorder, what I have got from my birth, has never been an hindrance, or it's never stopped me to lead a life, because it's always the attitude of a person, how you want to take it. So for me, my attitude is nothing is impossible. One of my friends said that you always have to say, I am possible. So my mantra or my motto is to always say, I am possible. That's how it is.
Such an amazing attitude you have towards life. It's very motivating to know that you did not choose to sit back. Instead, you chose to bounce back. You chose to move on. I have seen individuals who sit back after some small accidents in their life. Okay. So now I am curious to know that how mind power has helped you to lead a normal life and write your own story.
Of course, there is a saying which says that it's all a mind game, or mind power, or thought power. So this is absolutely truth. It's not just for me, it's for everyone, each and every person who are leading a life. It's just that they have to have that strong mind and the thinking power. As I mentioned earlier, I can break my bones so easily that it's been never easy for me. But that hasn't stopped me from doing things. I have taken chances to the core. I always say that my life is just like an snake and ladder board game, because when I go smoothly on the board, I do get ladders, I climb up. The very next moment, I do have snakes where I come back and drop down to the starting, and I have to start from the scratch. So it's just that how you see the life and how you want to lead your life. As I mentioned that I did start my career, but when I started my career and when I was looking for a job, even that was not easy for me, because there have been, when searching for a job, there has been like 17 to 18 MNCs who just rejected me just because they were they saw my height and my stature, and they were like asking me a question: will you be able to work for 9 hours? They were literally questioning my credibility to work. But that did not stop me, or neither I got demotivated by that. So I just had the confidence. I saw myself, or I visualized myself in my mind, that be working in a corporate world just like others. So I have proved that once I got the opportunity, once I got through in ICICI OneSource and then moved to HSBC, I have I have proved my credibility to work. I have proved that with my dedication, hard work, and also never say die attitude. So after that, I have won numerous awards for my performance, quality, and also I was privileged to be one of the best employee and got an award among the top 100 from all over the world in HSBC.
Wonderful. Hats off to you. I'm very emotional to listen to your story. You chose to move on in life in spite of all the hurdles. How have you converted your challenges of disability to achieve and grow in your life?
See, challenges is like each and every day is a challenge if you think like that. But if you think it's a normal journey, it would be normal. So again, it's back to the mind power game. So how you want to see your vision or your perception. I already told you that I experience of getting a job and now winning a award, being 100 club among the 100 employees. So after winning that 100 employees as one of the employee, I was supposed to have collect the award from CEO in Bangkok, and I flew there. And once I flew there, I had a fracture in the airport in Bangkok. So instead of going on a stage to collect the award, I was back in hospital nursing myself. So that's how I have faced the challenge. But again, that exactly is not the way stopped me. I have overcome that. I had a fracture and back. So it's just that a normal thing. So you need to have the not to stop. Never say I touch it. That's how it is. So I started from my scratch and I went ahead and I did that. And after getting a job, I also wanted to uh, be independent in going around. I just wanted to let you know that almost 24 years of my life, I've been carried by my parents in their arms. So I wanted to know that I'm financially independent. I wanted to go ahead and be independent in moving around the city as well. So I chose to buy a bike for myself with those two extra wheels and start driving that or riding that. So now the question was how and who can teach me? But there was no one to teach me to ride a bike. I did that myself. I learned to ride a bike in a garage. And then I took it out. And after bike, there is like we humans have a lot of desires which never ends or it never stops. So next was car. I wanted to drive a car. So I went ahead and got myself my car and modified that so that I could drive. So when I went to an RTO office to get a license, immediately he saw my height and said, "How will you drive a car? Oh, you're so small. Will you see the sky and drive the car?" I said, "No, I'm not going to see the sky. I'm going to see the road and the cars and the people and drive the car. I have got the seat modified, heightened that seat." So again, that was something which was a challenge because I had to get a license, but that person's words did not demotivate me. I went to a different RTO and got myself a license and started driving the car. Took my parents all around Bangalore city. So that's how it is. You should not stop from a small hurdles in life.
Yes, I like your brave attitude of accepting the feedbacks and welcoming rejections in your life journey. The rejections, what have you faced, has resulted you to become the tough person. And the key is not stopping despite rejections until you get the results you want. And definitely, I am feeling small in front of you because I'm yet to learn driving the car. How have you managed your day-to-day work life?
Day-to-day work life, I have done everything. I mean, I'm just like you or anyone else. I have uh, I have helped my mom in doing her daily course, and when I joined when I started working, uh, so there were times that because when I joined HSBC, I was one of the first differently abled employee in that workplace. So there was not much of accessibility for me to do the day-to-day work correctly or according to me. So what I did was I voiced out. I said, these are the things which I need so that I can work efficiently, be it a small like a restroom or the desk or the chair, so that I'm comfortable. Once I'm comfortable, I know that I can give my 100% in the work and concentrate on that. So I went ahead and voiced out, and they were really accommodating and they did their best to give me the best what I need. So that's how it is. So it's just like when you want something, you need to voice out. If you just keep it in your mind, that wouldn't work. So after so many years of working in HSBC, when there was a drive for differently abled in HSBC to hire them, I was the brand ambassador because they called me so that I could give a speech and tell them how it is to work in HSBC, how they have a work life balance, everything. So, from being the first employee to a brand ambassador, that's quite a journey which I have gone through.
Wonderful, wonderful journey. So it reminds me of the quote from Stephen Hawking that however difficult life may seem, but there is always something you can do and succeed at. When you have a disability, knowing you're not defined by it is the sweetest feeling, I think. Yeah. And what success means to you, Malti?
For me, the entire life journey is a success because each and every small achievement what I have got, be it walking with the crutches, because the doctor had asked me not to stand, and I went ahead and told him no, I want to walk, and I started using the crutches, and it was a surprise to him. Because see, a normal people would just walk like that without knowing how much pressure or how much weight you put on your leg. But for me, the calculation was different. I need to put a right amount of weight on my leg and then crutches and balance myself. So that's a small achievement, but for me, it's a success for me. So living my life on my own terms is success for me. So
Yes,
the
very,
entire
very
life
true.
journey.
Hmm. Very, very true. We experience tremendous satisfaction when we start living each day. Life is to live. So, what do you value in life?
I value my entire life. As I mentioned, I just love my life. Of course, my super supporting family who have been like a rock solid support for me. And I'm waking up early in the morning, or I'm waking up in the morning, and I know that I have another challenge to face. That is one thing which I value, because I know if I am alive, I am there, I can win on anything. So that's what I value. I value my entire life. Right?
I really like your words. So, what is your dream?
Ah, well, most of my dreams have come true. Thank God and thank to my parents for that. But of course, I have one dream where I want to open like a big ashram, I would say, where there would be old age people, old age uh, couples or people, and then orphans and animals. Because I know it's like old age people and the children are almost similar. If you say old people behave like children, they say, so they are similar. So I want to have a bridge where that gap would not be there, and they can look after each other. And of course, animals. I love animals, so they give the unconditional love, and it's been proved in by the scientists that animal therapy would actually cure so many diseases when you see those animals playing among themselves. So that's how I want to do, like all three under one roof, where you have unconditional love for each other and there is peace and harmony.
I am
That's
overwhelmed
one
by
dream.
yeah, I am overwhelmed by knowing your dream. I believe your dream will definitely come true, and I am there to help in executing this project in whatever way I can.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, because I have felt and seen people around who are just surviving and not living their life, in spite of having blessed with physical fitness, because they don't have any purpose. That too, adding value to others' life is a great thing. And true meaning of living our life is to embrace all that this large world has to offer and not being afraid to take chances. The beauty of living is knowing you can always start over and there is always a chance for something better. What are you grateful for?
I am I'm grateful that I chose this life, and because I'm little spiritually inclined, so I know that I have chosen this life, and I chose my parents because they were like unconditional support to me, as I mentioned already, and also the fact that when I was born, they accepted how I am, that I'm a little different. Yes, of course, they accepted that. and they also made society and the world accept me as I am. So I never felt that I am different, because they treated me like I was normal and made the society treat me like normal. So that's how it is. I'm grateful for that. And it's just that the acceptance, you need to accept what you have. Once you have the acceptance, everything would become normal. And that acceptance I have in myself, I'm grateful for that.
Yes, yes, I totally resonate with your answer. Acceptance is the key to face any challenge. And I am grateful that I am blessed to be a medium to show that your life journey to the world, to believe in the statement that nothing is impossible. What do you want to advise to people who get stuck giving reasons of uncertainty and unpredictable situations?
I wouldn't say like an advice, just my belief, or how I have led my life until now, is that, again, as I mentioned, don't take anything for granted. Like whatever you have, it's that's the biggest thing. Don't compare yourself with others, that you don't have this, you don't have that, and just enjoy what you have and what you can do. Just dream about that, and you would be able to achieve that, or you might achieve more than the other person. So just go ahead and just accept that fact, again, I would say. And one more thing I want to just tell, that because osteogenesis imperfecta, the disorder what I have, is literally a very rare disorder. It's one of the amongst the rarest disease, and there are many people who have it and they are not aware of it, because the awareness is very less, whether it be it in India or outside India. So the people who have osteogenesis imperfecta, or the children who have, I want to just give one advice to their parents, that just don't feel bad that you have a child with an osteogenesis imperfecta. I know it's not easy for parents to see their children suffering in pain all the time, because they would be end up breaking their bones now and then. But again, that is completely, uh, they have chosen you because you're going to give them unconditional support. And so I am sure whatever they do in life, they would be so successful and they would make you proud one day. And I am one of the living example, I would say. So just don't worry. They would just don't be bothered that they are like that. You be happy, they will be happy, and the entire world would be happy, I would say.
It is really a profound knowledge what you have shared.
Thank
Uh,
you.
yeah. I used to struggle with the fact that I know what I should be doing, but I was not doing it. I'm sure some viewers also feel the same. I request all the viewers to change their perception of our disability, to start reflect on our actions and beliefs on disability. Do you look person in the wheelchair differently? Do you think someone who has visibility issue is less competent in the job? Do you focus on the physical differences instead of the person and capability inside? It is time for us to reflect on our actions and beliefs. We need to learn to perceive the person with disability differently. They need empathy, not sympathy. They should be treated like a normal person in the society. I want to conclude this life changing session by saying that disability is just a perception. Thank you so much, Malti, for giving your precious time to inspire our viewers by sharing your life journey. All the best for your future endeavors. You're unstoppable.
Thank you so much. It's pleasure that I have been here, and I'm honored that I could speak. Or if there is a little bit of change in people's mind, that's a great achievement, I would say, which I have done through the small interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye.